immediately called the film out for lazy writing. I mean, literally, the screen is so black. Again, man, this shit is so recycled. I feel like they can't even make fun of it because the entire concept of this trope is buried beneath layers of irony. The screen stops being black. We see that the film was produced by tons of fun productions, and now I'm starting to think it's one of those. Have you ever seen a place called, like, Donut Town or Touchstone and wondered, well, why were you there? And I've never seen anyone in there. They said, well, it would seem that Tons of Fun Productions is the same concept. And guys, the answer is drugs. After the opening credits, we're introduced to these two genies named Joe and Mo. I couldn't tell you who was who. So basically, these guys have been stuck in this genie land for almost 400 years, and Mo, the one in red, he's getting excited because he's only 5 wishes away from genie retirement.
Just want to get these 5 wishes over.
I'm not entirely sure what genie retirement entails, nor do I understand the concept of their employment in the first place, but Mo thinks that Joe doesn't take the job seriously enough.
Guys, it's like great choice. He said,
Okay, Bob's here. Religious freedom. The broccoli thing is cute and funny, you know, but since when were genies responsible for mass extinction events? Anyway, they fight for a bit, and then we transition into a bedroom where we meet 3 of way too many child actors in this movie. We have Benji, the youngest brother, Drew, the middle child, and Emma, the older sister. They insults are like pretty cheap. I really do understand that, but I hate looking at this child. I've got for a number of years, so I can tell you that based on looks alone, this is the exact type of kid that would not be getting snooped on. Anyway, Drew's a magician, and he needs help preparing his magic trick because his ex-best friend Lucas dropped his ass. It turns out that the oldest sibling, Emma, has been recording this entire conversation. And look, I don't know what kind of devious project she's cooking up, but what I do know is that this footage is unusable. Turn it off. To make sure to grotesque close-up of Benji eating cheese balls, we see that Drew is in fact not good at magic, so thank God. And you need to blow your fucking nose. Gets butthurt by this absolute betrayal and proceeds to create a dividing line in the bedroom, and that's dumb because they have one bed. But at the same time, Mo and Joe are setting up a perimeter of their own, so, okay, downstairs in the kitchen, the mother returns home after a 3 trip to the grocery store. Okay, there it is. There it is. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Flogger Mommy is home. Hold the phone, though. Because Mom reveals. She was now picking up an early birthday gift for Drew. Now, when she entered the house, we saw her carrying a ton of bags, right? Yeah. Okay, well, how did she manage to sneak a whole ass puppy in the house? It was probably gasping for air, trying to run some wheat thins. You all get the dog. Apparently, the woman at the shelter said that the dog is mini, so it won't get any bigger. But dude, look at the size of this puppy. Your age just got scammed. Shut your dirty, filthy mouth. Mom reveals that she invited ex-best friend Lucas and his family over for dinner, so does Drew's family just hate Emma? It seems so, because according to Emma, the only reason she wants to invite them over is because Mom wants to take Lucas's dad to the ball. Guys, come on! Drew and Emma go outside to walk the dog, but they see this cranky old lady, Mrs. Crabtree, and this girl pulls up in a convertible Volkswagen van, and they shoot each other. So this is a genie. Not genie like genie, you know, like a genie. And she runs out of the van for literally like a split second, and Mrs. Crabtree is like... Genie is absolutely worked up to shit. She's a beauty school regent, and the film makes her look to be really dumb. The beauty school told her that she's, quote, not ready to work on people yet, and that's concerning because what does that mean? Whatever it means, she decides on the spot that she's now going to become a pet groomer. And before you ask any questions, don't, okay? We have a lot of movie to get through. The kids then take the dog to a room, and Drew just starts shouting commands in the completely untrained puppy. spin, and so was understandable. And like he's really and his French spin, clearly he has it all up now. So I just noticed this, but look at the placement of the pop socket on Emma's phone. It clearly defeats the purpose of the device. Like if she was actually holding it there, this
Holy shit.
the name for the dog, Emma suggests. And normally I would agree with his reaction to that name because that is a name for crusty inbred mammals. Guess what Drew comes up with?
Oh my god.
Because he wants action. He goes over and starts snipping this hole, and I mean, he's really getting into it. Look at his legs. Little do they know that they're about to dig up the land that contains Drew. Drew ends up getting a little rose wishing necklace right as Drew begins to, and I don't know what direction he was given here, but I mean, he rubs and lathers the fuck out of that thing, causing Joe to be transported out. So after his birthday dinner, where we get a few more characters, we got Lucas's father, Lucas's older brother, and this kid, Oliver. So numbers real quick. Yes, I figured it out. It's the Uncanny Valley dancing kid from TikTok. Holy shit, you guys remember that crazy ad he did for Sonic? That shit was horrendous. So we have the main kids right there, because they actually act like children. And if you know me, one thing that I cannot stand in children's movies is when they make the children act like full-blown adults. In this film, however, they go a step further, not only making them act like cheeky adults, but also straight-up sadistic villains. I'm stuck between rock and a hard place here, right? Because I can't stand looking at Drew, but when I look at Lucas, all I see is Ray, and this for me creates a really complicated film. Because how often do you get to watch a movie where all of the characters are unlikable by accident? Emma has a slightly redeeming moment a few seconds later, though, because she knows that Oliver likes him, so she proceeds to absolutely whip the shit out of him.
Sorry.
Speaking of Oliver, when the conversation about the upcoming magic show opens up, he says this. What are you planning, Oliver? Oliver puts in the bag, so Lucas gets all shady and tells Oliver to come with him to the kitchen. And by the way, the parents just watched Oliver and you know, a real mom would have hit him with the boys. In his kitchen, once again acting like a 50-year-old man, Lucas slams his cup of water down like a little empty glass of whiskey and notices the genie lamp sticking out of Drew's bag. He assumes that it's Drew's big trick, so he steals it, and Oliver's like, you can't do that. And Lucas is like, then as he filled his soul with weed, smashes the birthday cake and bites on the dog's leg. Now, a couple things about this. Everyone believes him. So you all think this makes sense right there. That puppy is beauty. How's it gonna get up the counter? And fine, let's say he did get up there somehow. Sure. Well, that's chocolate cake. And they don't address it because here they are hours later reporting their awkward party with no concern for the animal pond. So yeah, Mom brings in one surviving slice of cake, telling Drew that he at least needs to blow out his candles and make a wish. His wish is so weird and specific. He wishes for magic to be as big as the other families. That is like, what is that gonna do for you? Want them like, do you want them to fight? Well, I guess we're gonna find out, because the next morning, the dog is fucking huge, and that's not all. So this is actually Joe, the genie, inside of the dog, and he acts pretty much exactly how you would expect him to. Yeah, you could have seen how I was. Imagine it. Once again, we are cursed with a talking creature who only speaks in quips. Calls Emma in, and she freaks out, and then the dog reveals to them that his name is Joseph the Jovial, which, mind you, it's not very magical of a name. It just means he's happy and excited. And then he reveals to them that Lucas was actually the one who did the cake thing. So don't worry, I know you guys were so nervous. Since Drew was the one who brought the lamp, that means he's the only one who can make wishes. So he wishes for this weird magic set with a really long name.
Your wish is my command.
That's a suitcase. Because Joe is trapped inside the dog, his magic powers don't work that well. And honestly, it's the story movie. I'm letting you have this. All of a sudden, they hear their mom coming down the hall, so they have to act natural.
Breakfast on the table, Bench is already eaten. I'm gonna look up to this. Screaming at the dog, so no
They don't know what it is. Outside of the street, the other kids are posted up looking at his They have a fucking canine unit. They're trying to figure out how to make the genie lamp work. And dude, that is so shocking to me. Maybe I'm just being stuck up, but I'm pretty sure that rubbing a genie lamp is just like common genie lore.
Are you sure it's part of a magic trick? Maybe it's real.
What the fuck? Despite all their attempts, they still think it's Drew's secret trick, so they head off to ask the source. Bye. In the kitchen, the kids eat plain toast and nothing else, so their mother is actually a criminal, so they instead wish for donuts, which goes horribly, and when Benji walks in, I get annoyed. So at this point, they're taking all measures to avoid their mom seeing the dog, but I think that's absolutely ridiculous. The dog lives in the house. She's gonna find out. Benji ends up blackmailing them, demanding candy for silence, but he's only like 7, and that dog is big.
That kid is straight up gangster.
Wait, whoa. Can he say that? The other kids go into a magic shop where Lucas and Drew used to buy their tricks together, but guess who they find there?
Wendell, the one that you see.
Well, folks, it's time for us to face our fears. Here's Jake Paul as Wendell the Wondrous. Watching Jake Paul do anything is just generally unbearable, but watching him hide behind his true personality as a character is infuriating. He agrees to investigate the lamp, but as they leave, he tries to sell them on some other magic tricks, and dude, I can't watch.
What's going? Oh.
Back at the house, the kids come up with the idea to try wishing Joe out of the dog, but apparently...
Can't we just wish you out of our dog?
I wish. We can't grant wishes.
But that doesn't really add up for me, because it wouldn't be a wish for him, it would be a wish for them. He does let them know that all they need to do to get him out is rub the lamp again, and thinking that Drew has it, he gets excited for a little bit too long.
Nice move, Joe.
After rifling through his bag, though, Drew discovers that he does not have the lamp, but all of a sudden, once again... Not a sec. This is Dad. Kids scurry out to hide the dog and take one walk, and then we come back to the magic shop where Wendell is being a social releasing multiple shadows. And folks, would you like to see some more Jake Paul cringe acting? Also, guys, update, as I'm editing this, I just noticed that there is a frame of this shot where Jake literally looks into the camera. He's been camera trained for years. I don't know if he's still doing Wendell doesn't believe what he's seeing, so he proceeds to be really touchy and annoying, just as I would expect Jake Paul to do. In the midst of this, we even get to see one of Jake's trashy neck tattoos. Guess they didn't care about covering that shit up. The first thing he wishes for is a new magician's outfit, so watch, and then I'm gonna explain.
No fish is my command.
Okay, number 1, I don't think it's appropriate for him to be wearing that. Number 2, this hairstyle is important. Jake's hair is so dead and fucked up that you can see him begging for help. But after that's settled, we cut back to Drew and Emma walking the highly trained celebrity dog while he does a trick each one costs 100K. Then they run into Jeannie, who's now picked up dog walking. I guess she's this one dog though that's fucking awesome. It's like this whole match chihuahua. I just love it. It's so bad.
Like a love dog. They don't like pick up. They can't stand it.
They take Joe back to the spot where Magic originally found the lamp so we can snip it out, and like someone is about to get stabbed, the evil kids emerge from the forest in a V formation. Sorry, just look at it. Do you guys understand what I'm talking about? Like, I need to see this kid get pummeled so bad. Anyway, the kids start freaking out. And Joe disguises himself by putting himself in a stroller, which is stupid, and the two teams have a standoff. You know, Lucas hurts me so much that that response was actually pretty funny. I gotta say, I should bring your whip dog next time. You should use that. Joe picked up the scent of the lamp on Lucas, but was also able to tell that he didn't have it anymore. So sounds like you're gonna have to get Jim. In fact, we meet him again seconds later as he boasts about the lavish lifestyle he's going to live as a professional magician.
In his lifestyle, he's going to suit me.
Wendell ends up mentioning that the lamp was brought in by some kids, and Mo's like, kids? He begins his own selfish journey to find me. Back at home, the kids have to hide Joe again because Mommy's on a frog break, and out of nowhere, she's like, hey, remember how I'm fucking your friend's dad? By the way, after that happens, she finally starts wondering where the dog is 40 minutes into the film. Somehow they get away with the excuse that he's sleeping and she's out of there. And then, once again, for the first time in the film, they actually feed the dog. It's like they were halfway through writing this movie and they were like, doesn't talk with the food though, so he literally just pillages the entire kitchen. I actually really like this part, but only because I get to watch a cute dog be really well trained and do smart dog tasks. You can't agree with that. Oh, you guys get the rights for that? But yeah, he makes a big mess and it's goofy. Sean Bo is concerned about the kids getting access to the lamp, so he tries to convince Wendell to sell them something else.
Then it's a good one.
You know, I can smell this steak. Do you guys ever get that sensation? Anyway, everyone seems to have shady motives here, so I'm just gonna move on. Look at this small motherfucker taking a phone call, and he's running a Fortune 500. The phone is so big that it's literally the size of his head. It goes in.
No, your body's bad.
We get a phone call like we're on the Fortune 500 budget.
Stop. Dude, they think the pumpkin since they found out his dancing skill. This ends up turning into a full-blown fight, and Lucas's brother goes crazy like, this can't do it, so he runs away, leaving Oliver a changed man. Now it's seeming like Ryder, the older brother, is becoming the main villain, and I don't really understand the whole motive for the rivalry came from Drew and Lucas. So honestly, I think he just wants to kill for sport. What happens next is dumb though. The dog chases Ryder off, but instead of running after him, he decides to get on a skateboard to chase him. To me, this is the film's way of saying, you know how you're Ryder. We spent a lot of money on this dog. With Oliver now on the team, they now have new information on the whereabouts of the lamp, so they head off to find it. Also, somehow Joe managed to tie Ryder to a tree, so nothing really moves. When they arrive at the shop, Wendell distracts the kids, and Joe notices Mo hiding. But when Mo realizes it's Joe, wow, it's exhausting. He's like, I'm gonna get you. And the kids run away. This launches us into a huge chase scene. Hijinks and debauchery. There's this extra fast reaction shot in the middle of it, and I think it's fucking great. The chase sequence is super long, mainly because they do a bunch of unnecessary shit along the way. There's one part where instead of running, right and they scale the entirety of a jungle gym just to show off the dog's strength. Does he make him shoot basketball so he can say a corny catchphrase? Look at him, we go, man, that's nothing but that. And then they just end up in a goddamn storage room. Inside the locker, Joe reveals that Mo is indeed his brother, and Benji's like, then Joe has a whole I deserve my fate monologue, and the kids are like, nah, we got it, and they leave the locker right in time for the others to catch them. Useless. Eventually they end up spotting Joe and the kids hiding behind a wall, so they set up a cheese ball trail to lure him over, effectively capturing him. Okay, so because the kids are dumb, they think that Joe simply ran away, right? Because it's not like just ran away. Eventually Marco to search for him in the woods. Okay, honestly, do you think he actually wanted to dance in this movie? Because so far they made him dance in the most inappropriate situations possible. This is super serious movie. Anyway, this moment becomes quite the conversation piece when Emma stumbles upon him and asks him a highly confusing question. What do I do? You mean he reveals that he was actually practicing something for her. And dude, wouldn't it be awesome if that was really true? Lucas unties Ryder from that tree, and then he has this huge breakdown about his change of heart. Ryder is still being aggressive and now has his own motives for the world. Lucas takes his opportunity to make amends with his old friends, which means now we've got a it's everyone walks out. No surprise, Lionel tries to hide Joe. Ryder sneaks in and steals the lamp right before the kids show up. Then, in a very confusing turn of events, Joe initiates a game of Marco Polo, which somehow eludes them to escape. Now, look, I know I'm getting tired of this movie, but at this point in the film, it really just feels like the writers are really deep. Ryder takes the lamp phone and rubs Mo out. And then he just straight up threatens Mo, and it basically sounds like he's saying, you guys are impotent and dangerous. Back on the street, Joe explains his relationship with Mo to Wendell, and then Jake Paul tries to act cute, and I hate it. That's all I needed to show. So because he can't actually make any wishes on account of him not owning the lamp, he's like, okay, guess I'll put it on Facebook Marketplace. So immediately, someone named Mr. M messages him about the lamp and it's $1 million for it. So now a 14-year-old boy is going to a random airplane hangar planning to come home with $1 million in cash. When kids arrive, right as Ryder leaves to once again find nothing when they open his computer and see the messages with Mr. M. Like, fuck, so they hop into Genie's van and they head off to the air. I'm Chris Fields. Well, it seemed that Mr. M is a pilot. Not sure why I wasn't tipped off by the airplane hangar. And my first question is like, why does he need it? If I really think about it, I'm not exactly sure why any of these people need them. I mean, at the very least, they've got to give Mr. M like a control sketchy profession. Something like, anyway, Ryder proves that the lamp is real, but then Genie busts in and pretends to be a toddler. Everyone in this movie is dying. You know what? Fuck it. I can't take it anymore. You can't take it anymore. So let's just wrap this up, shall we? While she's distracting him, the kids activate a switch on the magic box, which hides the lamp in Mr. M's life. That's it. But then Ryder accidentally shakes it out of the box, so Drew says, and everyone jumps for it. Some of them don't even look like they're diving. It's like they were just directed to jump and have fun at the most intense moment of the movie. But none of that matters, because when Ryder does regain control of the lamp, possibly the most unexpected thing in the entire film happens.
Get in the lamp, you miserable.
I'll save you, Mom. Oh my God. Is he? Did he?
He's gone.
Holy fucking shit! Look, I've done plenty of movie reviews where I've joked about characters dying, but I didn't expect them to actually follow through. But don't worry, guys, it doesn't last long, because Wendell uses his shit. Look, I've done plenty of
The lamp, you miserable.
I'll save you, Bo. Oh my God! Is he? Did he?
He's gone.